First, I guess I'll start with my head. As you know, I did the ayuverdic treatment day before yesterday. My days are running together. Anyway, that day, yesterday or a couple of days ago, and I've done them before, and I would advise you. I mean, it is stripping, so you have to be careful and mindful that afterwards you really need to deep condition and restore the moisture. And with dryness being a problem for me, I really have to be careful with that because my hair feels like straw soon afterwards, and that should be a clue to me that I probably need to discontinue it. I am actually waiting for my bentonite clay to come through the mail. I don't know when it's supposed to be here any day now. I've gotten everything else from that shipment. Actually, no, I didn't. I still am waiting on my Shea Moisture leave-in conditioner. So anyway, and we'll get to that in a minute about the Shea Moisture. But I'm anxious to try to see what the bentonite does. I've seen several reviews from different people saying how soft it leaves their hair while at the same time cleansing it, which is what I'm looking for with the ayurvedic paste. I'm looking for cleansing as well as a strengthener and a little bit of color. I do like the fact, I don't know if you can really see it well in here, I will put up some pictures that it does with the little color that I have left from like the golden blonde that I had on there. I still have like a little bit left at the tips of my hair. Anyway, I have noticed that over the past couple of months that I've been doing these treatments, it has reddened my hair, and I do like the look of that. But I know as soon as all that color is cut off, I probably won't see any of that, because in the darker areas, which are like in the back of my hair, you can't really see much color. I don't even know if you can really see it all anyway, if the lighting is any good. But I do like that. As far as making my curls either loose or pop, I haven't really noticed a difference. Actually, the last time I did kind of notice a difference. It seemed to me like they made them pop a little bit more. Now, I don't know if what I used afterwards, actually, no, that was on naked hair. So, I kind of did notice this time around, no. Now, will I do that overnight like that again? Probably not. I need to really find out if those, and if you know, please comment or send me a message or whatever, if any of those products has any type of protein in it, because I know some people use them as like a protein treatment substitute. So that's what I'm beginning to think, because I mean it really. But anyway, some of the ayurvedic herbs are naturally like drying anyway, just because of the cleansing effect. So I don't know if it's that. I mean, I know it's that in a combination with, like, I don't know if there's any protein in it. Anyway, so I don't even want to ramble on and on, but I am interested to maybe and hopefully when I try that bentonite, that may be, you know, the staple treatment that I end up hopefully going with. But until then, I mean, I've purchased quite a few powders. Most of the other ones that I'm getting ready to try in the future are more moisturizing, or, you know, won't be as stripping on the hair, like the shikakai that was in it. Anyway, so my complaint, why I'm so frustrated, is because not only, you know, as I said, the treatment was stripping in and of itself, and I knew that because I've experienced that every single time. But, you know, like I said, you have to restore the moisture in it to get your hair back soft. And I've tried to give those Shea Moisture products a go for. I actually, let's see, when I washed it out, I co-washed with coconut sublime, I do believe, and then I used the moisture balance conditioner from Ulysses as kind of my, you know, not really a DC, but I guess you could kind of consider it, because it was in there a while since I had to take down the twist that I had. So it did sit in there for a while, but I ended up rinsing that out. And then I actually used my real, you know, DC as with the, wanted to try out, I got a sample of the oil and honey hemp, and I mixed that with my oil mixture, my oil infusion, and some honey, and I let that sit in my hair. I think I did that, let that sit overnight. Now the next day, no, I take that back. I think I did about that for about an hour. I let it sit for a few minutes, and I set it under the dryer for about 20 minutes. And what I did use overnight was the, because once I rinsed that out, I was not pleased with how my hair felt at all. It was still like real crunchy. And so I wanted to try, I rinsed that, got all that out of my hair, and I wanted to try the, give the deep mask treatment, the Shea Moisture deep treatment mask, another try, because I wanted to try it on soaking wet hair and use it as a DC. No. That has to be donated to somebody, because I mean, as soon as, I don't know what's in it, or like, it does not like my hair. My hair does not like it, I should say. Because it was a no-go. I mean, I knew the minute I put it on my head, like I didn't feel it. In fact, it felt worse. You know, I mean, my hair was already crunchy and dry as it was before I put it in my head. But I had, like I said, been hearing so many reviews about how people use it as a DC, and it, you know, made their hair feel so soft, blah, blah, blah. Not for me. So that has to go. I mean, I would do the 3-strike rule, but I already know. Like I said, the minute I put it on, no. So I got that all out, and it's just been a mess these last couple of days. Big frustration with my head. So I went on and put the moisturizing hair treatment from Beauty Curls, and that's been good to me, so I figured, you know, that'll help get some of it back. I used that, and I actually for the first time used it as a, you know, to DC, but I also, I guess you could say leave-in, because but I also put, because I go to bed with the baggy. I told you I do the baggy method, so I did that. And when I got up this morning, I actually put some more, some leave-in on top of that. A little bit of leave-in on, same, the Beauty Curls leave-in on top of that. And I had been wanting to try I finally got my Eco Styler gel. I got the Argan kind I ordered it on Amazon. It came from Salads. And boy, was I hot butter when I got my package. Because how about, my bucket was busted all open. The top was busted. Gel was everywhere. I mean, it's a huge bottle, so it really wasn't that big of a difference. But still, for my package to be busted before I, you know, even had a chance to open it, I was hot. So I will probably, I don't even know if I really want to waste the time or do it, but send them a comment about that one, because they could have did a much better job of packaging it, because it had one little strip of tape on one side of the top. Come on now. Why wouldn't you take every other product I've had, especially if it's kind of a liquidy consistency like that, you know, that could possibly spill out, anything like that. It's always been fully taped all the way around, so, you know, it's hard to, if it does crack, you know, something has to be really gonna happen for it to bust open. Anyway, that was upsetting, but on to the next one. It's all right. I don't really know. I'm not really a gel person anyway, but I really tried it only because I wanted to see if it really made a difference in you know, defining my curls. I can't really say that I noticed a big difference, honestly. It does have a little, you know, a hold, because right now my hair is kind of, I mean, it's not super hard like some other gels, but it is, I mean, I can tell it has a little hold. On top of that, or before I even put the gel on, after I did that leave-in, I put, I used the oil and whipped pudding, and the, no, before I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Before I even went back to my staple, I shouldn't say staple, but the beauty curls, before I even did that, I did the whipped pudding and sealed with the BSP, the oil and burnt sugar pomade. Excuse me. And then I tried the gel. I tried it on a little section. That was a no-go, because honey, I had doggone residue everywhere. And I was like, nah, this not gonna work. So I had to wash some of that out. I didn't wash all of it out, but just enough, you know, to get the residue effect off. And then that's when I went to put the beauty curls in. Anyway, that's why I said this is a complaint, because I mean, it was a long process. I did not expect, and then to come out with this, I mean, this is as simple as it gets, a good old wash and go, little, you know, little style. But this took hold on, when did I did this morning after I took my son to school, so it was about 8. Had to leave, get out of the house by 10:30 to get to class. So it took a good 2.5 hours just to do this. I mean, that process, and then not to mention, like I said, all that stuff I did a couple of days ago. I'm gonna have to find a better time, or just not try that again, because it's a mess. And then I still gotta, you know, I'm still gotta doctor it up and work on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do for tomorrow. Probably something else like this again, but I will throw the baggie on for tonight. On top of this, on top of the gel, after I did the beauty curls one for the last time, I did put some of my oil on it before I put the gel on. And then on top of that, to give it a little bit of shine, I used the Shea Moisture elixir. Now, with that, you got to be more careful. When they say a little goes a long way, that is the truth with that product. Because, I mean, and it's even in a spray bottle, y'all. And, I mean, I try to watch what I put in my hair, but a tricky thing with me, you know, my hair is so thick, like, I do need a little bit more. But you don't need to go overboard with that stuff. In fact, it's almost better, and I need to try this next time. I do like the shine, but it's so that it gives your hair, but it's so greasy. Like you can put your hand in my hair, and I don't even know if y'all can see that, but it's oily, so you don't need much, and it's almost better. I think I need to try next time, just spread it in my hand and doing it like that, so it can. Because the thing is, I was trying to get it, you know, distributed, make sure I would distribute it all over my head, but it just, it's too much. So anyway, I'm going to have to do that up. So anyway, all I did was, you know, I actually tried the diffuser too. Man, I don't know if I know what I'm doing for real with that thing. I was just trying it out. I don't even know if my hair is really long enough to be trying to use one, but I tried it. Because I finally got that. And I may show y'all just what it looks like one day, but not right now. I don't feel like it. But anyway, so all I did after I did the little diffusion, kind of dried it a little bit. I just, you know, got me a little part and pinned it back